Holy cow, boys. Okay guys, I found another engine for my truck, albeit in somewhat of an ugly wrapping package. Here she is. Here's one piece of good news for this engine, boys. Cummins refabbed, so I don't know, man, it looks pretty fresh, so we'll see if it's just an aerosol overhaul or if it's actually magical. Check the old under the valve cover here and the fill hole. See what it looks like up in here.
I'll pull this here intake off.
Well, she hasn't had an oil change in a fair piece, I'd say. It's pretty black in there, but anyway. Alright, so the fuel filter that's going into the backside of the pump is just missing. So we've got the correct size here. We're rolling down to O'Reilly's or something like that, some auto parts store, and get ourselves a filter so we can throw that on there so we can get some fuel up into the pump and get some action. Maybe some other random things.
We gotta get some fuel too. We
need some diesel, because he cracked open the fuel tank and pressure washed it all out, which the tank was cooked already, but then now it's got water all up in there and it's been sitting for a year. So
we ain't gonna touch the tank, boys. We are just gonna leave the tank alone. We got ourselves a can. We'll just throw the 2 lines in the top of the can and then go from there.
Yeah. Well, at least anyway, we'll see if we can get this thing started on some ether or something, you know. Anyway, catch back up when we get
acquire the goods, so to speak.
Yeah, we get the fuel and filter. So, all right. Okay, we have acquired ourselves another filter, another can of starting fluid. So we're prepped. Now we just need to get some fuel. We'll roll back over there. Okay, get tanked up with some of that premium.
And yes, I do realize that I'm putting diesel in a gas can. It's really going to be okay.
Everything's gonna be alright. Oh yeah.
I really should just start bringing trailers, you know? It's way easier to get them home.
Okay, got our cherry fuel can whiz or something, and our fresh filter. Yeah, all right. Let's see here. Hopefully this thing fits. Alrighty. All right, here we go.
Do it again. Seems to me that there's more mist.
Oh, got
it, boys.
Holy cow. I don't even get this thing out of here actually.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Little
cartridge in there.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Looks like it'd flow something. We're not even pulling right now.
Well, you wouldn't be pulling if it was
So,
hose was clogged at the import.
yeah, right.
All right, folks, get a load of this creativity here. So I got a glove stuffed inside the intake here so that I can seal off the hoses that I blew up with my mouth to get this, you know, so that it fills up all the gaps. And then I got my compressor here that I shoved in this little hole here, which pressurizes this tank and shoves fuel through the lines into where Nathan's working over here. So, and it actually works. So there you have it. Redneck ingenuity at its finest.
Okay, so we checked the filter here, which is the pump's internal fuel filter, and it doesn't look like crusted out or plugged up. So that looks like it'll flow fuel, so we put that back in there. We have a filter down here, like main, it's supposed to be a water fuel separator, I would assume. Anyway, we just threw a filter on that, and we got it at O'Reilly's. But the pump is not drawing fluid, so Caleb just did a pressurized little tank we have over there, and we had fuel shooting out of our, I guess this is like a vacuum, like filter sensor for the cab. Runs a gauge up there, tells you if your filter's clogged or not. So you had fuel coming out of that. So it was kind of, I mean, wasn't making it through the pump. I have all this open up here. We took out the quick connect for the fuel pressure check there. Not getting fuel through the pump. Cranking it over, we're not getting anything out of it. It won't draw out of here either, so.
We did adjust the knob on the back side of the shutoff all the way in, so it's not that too. So
yeah. So initially when we first showed up, I ran this thing in, so we're not running off of this because a lot of times these solenoids fail. So I ran that in, and we got a burp of fuel, and then nothing since. So anyway, at this point we are out of time because we've got other things to get to. But what I think the easiest thing we'll do, I've got one of these pumps laying around the shop. Bring one of those by, we'll just throw it in here, and then theoretically it'd run. Because there's got to be something wrong with the pumping, or something's plugged up coming into the pump, because we're not drawing. We're not even like when we first put this, we put this filter on dry, and it wasn't even filling the filter, like it was bone dry. So when we cranked it a bunch and started with ether, and it wouldn't even draw anything up in there. So something's plugged up in here. Something internal, not anything with the filters or anything easily accessible. So that's where we're at.
Burton air. So I guess we'll come back on a later date and see if we can get into more trouble. But for now, I think we'll pack it up, and got a Bible study to get to. So what a unit, folks. Man alive. She's seen better days, but you know.
Well, gave it a valiant effort. It's something a little bit more plugged up in there than filters and easy, easy access stuff. So project for another time.
Well, look who decided to show up. What a guy. So anyway, I don't know if you guys saw that earlier when we were starting this thing up, it started blowing sauce out the stack up there. Now my truck is a nice coating of rusty water, so
Rust-Oleum.
good thing she ain't a show truck, huh? All right, folks, well, we just screwed around with a little bit more after Papa got here, tried to do a couple of things, but nothing doing. So wrapping it up for the day. and we'll decide what we're going to do with it.
Yeah, probably just bring a trailer, you know.
It's just so much easier, you know?
Yeah, but like, we lack so much in content. I mean, how many times have you all seen our trailer drag something on it? I mean, ooh-ah, you know? Whatever, we're back to it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so our attempts to get this thing started yesterday was a fat L. So now we have hooked up the trailer. We're rolling back down there. We're just going to drag it on and save ourselves some time. So stay tuned. We'll see you down there.
All right, here's the game plan, folks. We are nearing the point of interest, so to speak. And Paul was going to drop me off. He's going to run down and turn around. This road's kind of narrow, and I think we're going to do it on the street here to load up. We're not really sure yet. But anyway, he's going to go turn around. Nathan and I are going to go in there. We're going to get this thing, cage the brakes on it, and get this thing rolling. And then we'll jump this thing up onto the trailer and get rolling, because time's wasting and we got places to be tonight. So that's the plan. See if we can keep hurting ourselves here. Oh! Anyway, that's the strat. So. You want to send it, son? What? Why don't we just winch it?
Just get it up there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
not
get it
all the
close.
way up,
Get it
just
closer.
do it.
Get it closer. Okay, come my way, Paul. Be right there. Good. Clear. Well, I tell you, folks, we have upgraded since last time we pulled a truck. Actually got us some legit recovery gear now. What a thought, huh? Okay, get this winch out and get to it.
Brake, 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 brake!
Okay, run it up.
Bro, I can't see a thing.
Get the wife.
Oh, there you go.
Good. Where's the Insta 360?
Oh, looky there.
Everything is sitting on the
Front
tire.
axle. That's true. The front axle is taking all the weight on this piece of junk.
Rear axle has like 6 pounds on it. So
Yeah, we're the weight of the axle. All right, we got a boogie, boys.
here you go, folks. I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is the rear dual. There's air underneath it. That's because this inner dual is the inner tire is a bigger diameter than the outside one, or it has like the tread's different or something. Either this one has more tread than this one, one of the two. Anyway, that's why you need to match the diameters of your tires, or else you end up smoking the one that has the least amount of contact. So if you were driving this down the road, this tire would be burning up on the pavement effectively. You know what I'm saying? So this one would be getting more traction. My light to come back. This one would be getting more traction because it has pressure on the road. This one would not be. So that's why you need to have a match. That way you get even wear on both.
We absolutely smoked our deck board here, so I guess it's time for some fresh decking. I mean, no great loss. This board was like jumping out all the time. We had to like strap it down when we were running the trailer empty a lot of times, so it was time for it to go anyway. Alright, finish strapping this thing down and get the heck out of here. Okay, one thing we forgot, the stack on this thing. Pretty sure we're over height on that, so we're gonna need to tear this thing down. Luckily, it's already halfway torn off. Oh yeah! Give them the beans! That's what I'm talking about.
Too easy.
Beautiful. Chuck it in the cab.
Pretty near mint, boys. Cut the bottom off, you can still use the top part.
You wanna put that on your blue truck?
Nope.
Alright, throw it in the cab. Let's roll it.
What a unit, folks. Look at that piece. Alright, grabbing some diesel, but there she is, folks. Get a little better view of the old board getting gaved up on us. Problem is, you got like a 2-foot center on these old girls, and when you got something this big with all of this weight on it, sitting on one board, probably going to happen. So we're going to have to replace all these. I mean, these are all popping out anyway. So I think what we're going to do is go full 2-inch boards on them. It'll stick up a little bit higher, but it'll be a full 2-inch board instead of these 1.5 inches. Basically a rough cut 2-inch, and then it'll be cherry. I'm gonna just show you guys this. I never seen these type of caging bolts before, but these actually like stay in here. They're not removable. And anyway, that was new for me. Has these little caps that pop over them. And so anyway, there's that.
Alright, it's all dark out here, but the rig is home. I made it back to the crib. Alright, well, Sunday we'll tear into this thing. See if we can actually get the engine started.